Okay, the first picture, I was standing. I looked at all the. I was at Stansted, and I looked at all the different Ryanair aeroplanes. So I took pictures of different Ryanair aeroplanes. And now, basically, all of the Ryanair aeroplanes, which I think are pretty much Boeing 737-800s, have a stainless steel pipe or a nozzle just above the engine exhaust. Now, I know that there have been issues with trimethylene corroding metal, so they have to use stainless steel. And this tube, I don't think there's any other explanation why this tube should be there. It's not on other aeroplanes. Not all aeroplanes are chemtrailers, but it is in a position where they could spray the trimethyl aluminium directly into the exhaust. The heat of the exhaust would catalyze that into aluminium oxide. So that's why it's there. So that's the first picture, and that's not of the plane I was travelling on. That's on a different Ryanair plane. The second picture is the normal fueling for the aeroplanes, which you'll see. I think you can see it's an orange hose, I think, or a red hose, going up into the fuselage, the nose of the fuselage, and that's where they refuel these planes. So that's normal. That's what we'd expect from most planes. The second picture is pressurized containers that are connected with a metal pipe, hydraulic type pipe, on a trolley, and it's got the Ryanair name attached to it. That's image 32. The second picture, the next picture after that, sorry, is image 37, which you can see the normal oxygen tanks in the cage, which do go on airplanes, obviously, for emergencies. And you can see they're a different type of tank to the tanks which are on the Ryanair trolleys. They're completely different. The next picture is a Ryanair picture again, but on the corner of the picture to the right, you'll see it says nitrogen, or nitro is cut short, but it is nitrogen. Now, trimethyl aluminium has to be kept at a very cold temperature because it's a type of material that at normal room temperature would burst into flames. So you need nitrogen to keep it absolutely cool to make it safe to transport. Duplicate picture on the next one. The next picture is, I think it's just a picture showing that Ryanair now, I've been told by an aircraft worker that Ryanair started to lock the rear cargo hold and then use one cargo hold, then use the 4 cargo hold now. And as we all know, Ryanair have made it difficult to carry on, take extra baggage on holiday. And in fact, they pretty much heavily persuade people just to take cabin luggage. They even have their own special cabin luggage you can buy, and that's restricted to 10 kilos maximum weight. And anything over that, there's quite heavy penalty charges. So you find that a lot of travellers these days only have carry-on luggage, or they discourage people from bringing a lot of cargo. So the rear cargo hold is permanently locked, which I suspect is where the tanks are. The next picture is a picture of this truck that arrived, and it's got one of the empty trolleys on it. It's got a trolley on the back of it, where similar to the gas, the other tanks that were on there before, and it's got some numbers on there that we need to investigate to see exactly what fuel or they're warning about. But I've added a link to the trimethyl aluminium suppliers, and they've got lots of information on a PDF that can be downloaded. And also the supplies, the companies' networks are right around the world, so you can see how much this liquid metal is being used. There's a lot to investigate there for further investigation. The next picture, 48, is showing the engine. Actually, I don't know if that one's got a nozzle on it. I can't see on that nozzle. Um, but picture 49 is important because you see a different color fuel line. This fuel line comes from that truck. There's also very faintly an orange, very narrow gauge tube that was plugged into something within the landing gear area. The guy arrived in the truck, plugged this very narrow gauge orange pipe into the landing gear area, and then he went and plugged the black tube, which is hose, which is totally a different color to the fuel hose at the front. And I've seen these orange cables before that are what they use to put gas into. So I believe that that's what that's for. The next picture is another picture of the stainless steel hose on the plane that I was going to travel on. You can see it's directed. It can direct directly into the hot exhaust where the catalyzation is necessary for aluminium oxide. The next picture, 51, it shows the black hose again. This is a mid-fuselage area just above the wheels. It's plugged in somewhere above the wheels. It's not the same color tube or pipe as the fuel line that goes into the nose of the nose of the fuselage for normal fueling. So the question is, why is it a different color? What is it? It's a different type of fuel, different type of liquid. And similar picture. I think you can see on 51. You might be able to see the fin cable. It goes by it goes to the cab, and it snakes its way across by the aluminium stepladder things, and it disappears up towards the wheels. The following 152 is just a very similar picture, and the final picture 56 shows there's a steel tube. There's a little tube just in line with the APU. APU unit is the auxiliary power unit, which most aircraft have between the horizontal stabilizers at the rear of the fuselage, and that's when the main engines aren't running, they can have auxiliary power. And there's a tube there which could quite easily also add different chemicals into the APU, which I have filmed. The third trail, quite often planes will have a little squirt every now and again of the third trail, which means that the APU has been put on, and there we can see the tube that can deliver the liquid for catalyzation into the hot exhaust of that one. So that's all the pictures there. Are you still there? Hello?
Yes, certainly.
Yes.
Got quiet. Thought I was talking to myself then for a moment.
No, we're here.
Okay, so that's the explanation for the pictures. I think I'll just have a quick look at the notes that I'd written for the email just to share them out. Yeah, so I said basically 27's normal fueling, 40 is nitrogen to keep trimethyl aluminium cool enough, later catalyze into hot exhaust to aluminium oxide. 41, now only use front baggage cargo hold. Rear used for auxiliary tanks. Low-cost airlines restrict and discourage baggage over 10 kilos. In fact, want on cabin luggage. 43, gas bottle trolley on fuel truck that arrives to fill mid-fuselage with different colour fuel line pipe from front fuel pipe. 47, truck loading chems. 48 is stainless steel tube for delivery into hot exhaust. 49 is the ancillary tanks must be mid-fuselage or at least to the rear where they fill up. And it's a Boeing 737-800. 50 is pipe for chemtrailing. 51, fuel delivery mid-fuselage, also with orange narrow gauge half-inch pipe from back of fuel truck fitted to. The orange pipe came from the back of the fuel truck. Was fitted into the aircraft wheel housing area, consistent with gas delivery, nitrogen possibly. And then I've put in the link, which is a link to trimethyl aluminium from a company that delivers that worldwide. And 52, consistent with gas filling. 56, tube for APU. And that's kind of all the links for that. So, bar being able to actually get a sample of anything, What we need is for people to from the industry to see this and to grow a conscience and speak out about it, and then for the police to go and arrest people.